Hello everyone. This is Dr. Sanjita Kumari Devi, Assistant Professor, School of Tribal Resource Management, KISS, deemed to be University. Well, students, today I am going to discuss citizenship, its meaning and significance. So, the contents we have covered: what is citizenship, citizenship in democracy, nature of citizenship, citizenship rights, citizens' rights in India, single citizenship, European citizens' right, activity, qualities of a good citizen, significance of citizenship. First of all, we should know what is citizenship. The word citizen literally denotes a person who lives in a city and benefits from its advantages. The idea of citizenship in its early form is found in the ancient Greek and Roman state systems. Through a historical process, the Greek city-states have evolved into the nation states of today. So, students, the word citizen is derived from the Latin term civis, means residence of a city or state. So, citizenship denotes the status of an individual as a full and responsible member of a political community. If you analyze in terms of a legal formal status, then citizenship is having a specific nationality, holding a passport or Aadhaar card, along with specific duties and responsibilities which the Constitution may lay down. So, by citizen, we mean a person who is a member of a state and has access to rights and fulfills his or her duties to the state. There are basically two main methods used to determine citizenship. First, based on place of birth, jus soli. Jus soli means whereby citizenship is acquired by birth within the territory of the state, where one is born regardless of parental citizenship. Then second one is jus sanguinis. It means right of blood, whereby a person has the same nationality as his or her parents, regardless of where he or she is born. So these are the two main methods that are used to determine citizenship, jus soli and jus sanguinis. And another is natural and naturalized citizens. So, natural and naturalized citizens, these are the two types of citizens. While naturalized citizens are citizens by adoption, then natural citizens are citizens by birth or parentage. Then we should know citizenship in a democracy. As you know, in a democracy, one of the most frequently used word is citizenship. So, in modern times, a new view of democracy in relation to citizenship emerged first in 18th century Europe. It originated in the writings of Rousseau. The close linkage between democracy and citizenship appeared in American Constitution in 1787, followed by the French Revolution in 1789. In 19th century Europe and in 20th century India framed their constitution based on democracy. So, in a democracy, citizenship is used in formal legal papers, laws, and the constitution. The citizenship is a legal relationship between an individual and a state to which he or she owes allegiance. It is important in democracy because being a citizen gives numerous benefits and rights such as the right to vote, the right to contest in election, the right to hold constitutional post, the right to own land, etc. So, it is the product of a community where the right to rule is decided by prescribed procedure which expresses the will of the general body of its matter. So while ascertaining their will, nobody is on grounds of race, religion, gender, place of birth, etc. So in a democracy, communication between the people and the government must be two-way. It is based on two-way basis. All governments impose obligations on their citizens. But in exchange, the government must also acknowledge some demands made by the people. Similarly, political rights are essential for citizens. Individuals are not citizens if they are subject to laws but do not have political rights. That's why political rights are very essential for citizens. Nature of citizenship. Citizenship implies two-way relationship between individual and the state. So first, in order to understand the significance of citizenship, a distinction must be made between a subject and a citizen. And a subject is usually subservient to the state, where the right to rule is reserved for a privileged class. But citizens themselves constitute a state. Citizenship is the product of a community where the right to rule is decided. So it is a two-way relationship between individual and the state. First, individual duties and obligations to the state, and then state has social rights for the individual. Then states also takes protection of the individual, and individual is allegiance to the state. What are the citizenship rights? In the present day society, substantive citizenship is defined in terms of three important components: civil, political, and social rights. So, in this context, T.H. Marshall divides the three bundles of citizenship rights into the following categories since the 18th century. First one, civil rights, political rights, and social rights. So, what are the civil rights? At the first stage, civil rights, that is constituting civil citizenship. Civil rights were developed in the 18th century. These included right to possess property, second, freedom of thinking and expression, freedom of religion and faith, right to be treated equally under the law. So these rights are under civil rights. What are political rights? Political rights are those that enable involvement in the exercise of political power. Political power like right to vote, the right to take part in election, and then come to social rights. Social rights. The right to a certain standard of economic and social welfare, such as access to food and drinking water, access to housing, access to education, access to healthcare facilities, access to social security, and access to marriage and other relevant basic human rights. So these are under social rights. A citizen, in the broadest sense, is someone who is obligated to their country of residence, enjoy all of its civil and political rights, and contribute intelligently to the certain and maintenance of social wealth. What are Indian citizens' rights? According to Article 15, right against discrimination on the basis of birthplace, gender, race, caste, religion, or other characteristics. As per Article 16, the right to fair opportunity in matters pertaining to public employment. Similarly, Article 19, the right to free speech, association, assembly, right to movement, housing, and employment. And according to Articles 29 and 30, right to culture and education. The ability to run for office in both the state and federal legislatures, as well as the right to vote in elections for the Lok Sabha, lower house of the legislature. And another ability is the ability to hold certain governmental position, including those of President of India, Judge of the High Courts and the Supreme Court, Governor of a state and Attorney General, Comptroller and Auditor General, etc. So these are the Indian citizens' rights. Then we are going to discuss single citizenship. What is single citizenship? The Indian Constitution exclusively recognizes the Indian citizenship as a single citizenship. There is no provision for citizenship in a different state. The system of single citizenship empowers the national government and not the constituent parts to confer citizenship. In the Indian Constitution exclusively recognizes the Indian citizenship as a single citizenship as similar to the Canadian Constitution. Only the Union draws due allegiance from Indian citizens. The federal units are not vested with power to confer citizenship. So, Indian Constitution grants all Indians the same fundamental rights with reasonable restrictions in order to foster a sense of togetherness and fraternity to create a cohesive Indian nation. So already you got the idea about single citizenship, which Indian Constitution exclusively recognizes. I have taken some activity. I have prepared the activity like what are the identity proof of Indian citizens. So these are the option. First, voter ID card, which is issued by the Election Commission of India. Second option is Indian passport issued by Ministry of External Affairs. Third option is birth certificate issued by the local body, driving license, ration card, Aadhaar card, PAN card, and OCI card also. OCI card means Overseas Citizen of India, which is issued by Ministry of External Affairs. This, this is the activity for the children, for the students exclusively. So, what are the identity proof of Indian citizens? Homework. This is for your homework. Then we have to discuss in the context of European citizens' rights. After the Second World War, 1945, the concept of citizenship developed in different directions in eastern and western parts of Europe. First, in Western Europe, initially, civil and political rights were established under liberal democratic systems. Subsequently, social rights were introduced under welfare state system. So, civil, political, and social rights were established. In Eastern Europe, provision of social and economic rights were emphasized under communist dictatorship, but political rights were not curtailed. But political rights were curtailed. From 1989, the citizens of these countries, Hungary, Poland, East Germany, Bulgaria, Romania, Russia, they launched widespread anti-establishment movements in support of their demands for basic civil and political rights, which led to the collapse of communist regimes by 1991. Then we should know how to be a good citizen. How to be a good citizen. A good citizen is someone who faithfully upholds the requirement of a democratic society. Given that democracy presupposes popular sovereignty, so true democracy's viability can only be determined by its citizens. So, from the conditions of a democratic organization, high citizenship qualities follow naturally. The democratic idea must be actively shared by the populace who must also work to realize it. So, the only thing that guarantees the success of a democracy is the proud spirit of citizenship. So, these are the good qualities of a citizen: be kind and helpful, share and cooperate, be responsible, follow the rules and regulations, be respectful to others, be trustful, and be kind. So, already we have discussed a good citizen is someone who faithfully upholds the requirements of a democratic society, that is, popular sovereignty. A true democracy's viability can only be determined by its citizens. High citizenship qualities follow naturally from the condition of a democratic organization, and then the democratic ideal must be actively shared by the populace who must also work to realize it. These are the qualities of a good citizenship, like uh, freedom, then citizenship, your rights and duties of citizenship, and freedom. Freedom, rights, and duties. The only thing that guarantees the success of a democracy is the proud spirit of citizenship. So, a responsible citizen is one who is aware of his rights and duties. What are the significance of a citizenship? Some fundamental rights are only available to citizens. Only citizens are eligible for any government sponsored benefits of their respective countries. Citizens are legally obligated to pay homage and receive protection from their governments. Both rights and duties are complementary to each other. Rights and duties are complementary to each other. One can become a citizen by meeting the standards set by national government. Participation of the populace in the political process is crucial for a democratic society. If citizens from various backgrounds can engage in democratic activities and show their interest in the fundamental procedures of making crucial decisions for their society, then democracy's quality will increase automatically. So the foundation of responsible and constitutional governance is only possible by citizens' involvement. These are my references. Thank you. Thank you very much.